childhood was great, I guess. I have two lovely parents. Like, if they should give an award to the best parents, I'm sure my parents will win every single year. Everybody can make money, right? But not everybody can fulfill purpose. And I worked in the pharmacy for 7 good years. And the year I finished, actually everything ended together as well. I got my diploma and my job, got fired. But then when I landed in the pharmacy, bruh, like I felt like I was imprisoned. Like even talking about it, my heart is beating. Like it was really serious. I even had to go and see a therapy because it was like I felt I was like no. And I have nothing against the job, but it was just no. I like solving problems. You see, so there was no problem more to solve for me. And I might not be the same as Dangote. You know, I'm far from him. But I do feel like my perseverance, my hard work, my sweat and everything, at least it's been recognized one way or the other. The good thing about what I do, even though like maybe I'm not yet where I want to be, but I love what I do. My goals are too big for me to rely on someone. The energy you put in now, you're gonna enjoy from the fruit of your labor later. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but if you sleep now, you sleep later too, but maybe not in a house. Because of social media, everybody thinks that if you're not an entrepreneur, you're nothing, you are what. It's not true.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Afro Diaspora Hustlers. Here we celebrate the brilliance and the entrepreneurial spirit of the African diaspora. I am your host, Kelvin Formanya. On today's episode, we have the brilliant Dr. Queenie Kessie from Ghana. She's a serial entrepreneur, founder of Emma's agency, Queenie Shipping Limited, Zillionaire Avenue, and the African Business Empire. She's a recipient of an Honorary PhD in Business Administration from Paris University. She is equally chosen for 100 Most Influential Young Africans by the Pan-African Youth Leadership Foundation, and she received an Excellence Award from Africa Under 40 CEOs. Welcome to the show, Dr. Queenie Kessie. So I want to first of all appreciate you for making out time to do this with us.
Don't mention.
Okay. Okay, so I want us to like break the ice or make the conversation warmer by having some ice-breaking like little chit-chat. So the first question is like, do you consider yourself a foodie? Like, do you like food? It's not really
normal.
Okay,
I eat when I have to. I eat when I have that time.
Okay, so you don't have like extreme urges, just normal?
No.
Okay, so I know like you're Ghanaian, right? So do you like Afrobeat music?
Of course.
Okay, so between Jackie and who's from Ghana and Libianca, who's from Cameroon, I'm Cameroonian. Which do you think is better?
Obviously, I'll go for Jackie, but her song "People" has gone international.
So did you know like Libianca has a Ghanaian boyfriend?
It's possible. I didn't know. Who?
Her boyfriend. I don't know his name, but I know he's Ghanaian.
Ah, okay. So so she has taste.
Okay, so is that the only Libianca song you know, people? Is that the only song by Libianca you know? Okay, you should listen to her more often. Like she has other good songs.
Okay, I'll do that.
So tell us about like your upbringing and how was your childhood like growing up?
My childhood was great, I guess. I have two lovely parents. Like, if they should give an award to the best parents, I'm sure my parents will win every single year. I have the best parents. But the thing is, I had to go to a boarding school
in Belgium.
In Belgium, because
so you were raised in Belgium.
Yeah, I was born here in Brussels. My boarding school was in Dendermonde. It's like around Ghent, not Genk, but Ghent.
Yeah.
I went to boarding school because both my parents are also entrepreneurs, and they were going to Ghana very often. Yeah, so that was the best option. So I'll come home weekends. Yeah. And also for language barrier and homework and things, that was actually the best solution. So I went to boarding school till Form 2.
For the boarding school, you guys come home every weekend?
Every weekend. You can't.
It's not like Ghana that you stay?
No, every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend and vacations.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how my childhood was like till Form 2, boarding school till Form 2. And it actually helped. It helped.
How did it help?
As I said, there are so many, because imagine not being able to, my dad could help me with some, like with mathematics on the weekends and physics till Form 3.
Yeah.
But after that, okay, then I was no longer in boarding school, but obviously because I went to boarding school, it helped me understand like so many things and discipline, because honestly, when you don't go to boarding school, like weekends, they'll ask you, do you have homework? You will lie, no. Yeah. But boarding school, they check your agenda, they check your points, they check your report, they check everything. So when you fail, you get like some punishment, you know. So they make sure, they help you study. But when you come home, you have like, you know, freedom. Yeah. And that's not always good.
Okay. I've been through like your social media, your Instagram, and I see that like you're very much grounded on, you know, God's word. Like you always round your entrepreneurship around the gospel of, or the word or the gospel. So is there anybody or any life circumstances that made sure that you were like grounded on the gospel as you are?
Okay, not really. But the honest truth is, before, Christianity was more like tradition for me. It's Sunday, you have to go to church. Yeah. I did not really understand Christianity.
You're just doing it like
it was just part of, you know, it's Sunday, you have to go. Yeah. But then a few years ago, I really got closer to God, and that's where I understood. And it's also, the thing is, I've been trying to work so hard and do everything, but I was always using my own strength, right? But then there was a time in my life that I realized that honestly it's God. Without God, you can't do it. You get it? Everybody can make money, right? But not everybody can fulfill purpose. And there was I think by the age of 27-ish, I was so hungry to know God more and like to know what my purpose was and how to go about it. And that's how now also I'm trying to, everything that I do concerning my business or Zillionaire, I try to add the Bible, the biblical definition of being a Zillionaire or being someone to it.
Okay, so like, is there anything that made you want to get close to God like at 27, or was it just curiosity, or did something happen? Like, what was?
I won't really put it on something. I did lose, but that was not really the reason. But I did lose my little sister, actually, my cousin, and that's when I knew I grew already. I did not, because she died, she was my everything, and she died, and I did not question God. I wasn't angry with God, and that's also the same year that I passed my chemistry, and I don't know how, but God did it. And that's when I had some peace. She was gone, it was painful, but yet I had peace. So that's actually, that's when I understood how God works. But I can't explain it. It's a weird feeling. Okay. You've lost everything, but you found, you've lost everything, but it's still like something is holding. He didn't let me break down. None of us, no one of us.
You had like peace in chaos?
Yes. Okay. He was there really through the storm.
All right. I think I'd love to have that, hunger for God, sometimes.
But don't wait for something bad to happen before you get it, because it can be a mess.
Yeah.
Because God is good in that as well.
I think, I don't know, but I think like the most devastating thing that happened to me, like losing my dad, because I grew with my mom. It's not like she was missing or she was dead or something, but the circumstances was I was like literally with my dad. She died when I was 21, and from 0 to 21, that's like the most consistent person I've been with all my life. I was with him, I was not with my mom and stuff. So I think that's the, I don't know, something rocking my world. That's the definition, because it was a mess.
And did it bring you closer to God, or
it did, but I don't know. Anyways, maybe I can say for another 10 minutes. Let's continue. So please tell us about like your educational and professional experience before entrepreneurship.
I tried doing pharmacy.
Which school was that?
I tried in VUB, and I tried in Karulova.
Okay.
So I think I did Karulova first, and I heard VUB was easier. So I went for
How long did you spend at Karulova?
Karulova 1 year, and then VUB like 6 months or something. Yeah. Okay. That's where I gave up. I was like, nah. I was feeling for chemistry like big time, but the other courses, the pharmaceutical courses were good.
Were you doing that for somebody, like the chemistry thing? Because I don't know, in my head I'm like, why would something, like, you're not maybe good at this thing, but you just want to do, so it feels like, oh, that was like mommy or somebody's idea.
No, my parents were, no, they never forced me to do anything. It was just because chemistry, science, you all know, it's like the best field when it comes to having a job. Yeah. Right. So for me, at that point, I was like, okay, I want to have a secured future. I knew that I would be an entrepreneur one day, but I need a plan B in case it doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay, something good to fall on. So that's why pharmacy. But also, I wanted to have my own pharmacy in Ghana. Okay. And that's why I tried pharmacy. But then I switched from chemistry. I failed. I stopped. I went to work thinking that I would understand the pharmacy and chemistry better, which I didn't. After my first year, I did chemistry again, but a long chemistry at Thomas More. But that one, it was in the evening, so I was working full time. And then from 6 to 10, I'll have lectures 4 days a week. Okay. And that's where, it took long. It was supposed to take just 3 years, but it took a bit longer, but I made it, thank God. And whilst I was doing the chemistry, so I decided to split my year. So let's say if I had 10 lectures, 10 lessons, I took only 5 each year, something like that. So let's say now I had 1 day a week that I didn't have lectures, or 2 days a week. So then I took different courses like business coaching, therapeutic consultant, budget management, something called Bedrijfsbeheer. I don't know the name in English at the moment. It's just like how to run a business and whatnot. There's just a little bit of accounting in it, but not too much. And
so where did you take all of these courses?
That one, it was...
Why is it giving Vlik School of Business?
What?
Vlik School of Business.
What is that?
I think it's a business school. I don't know where it's based, but...
No. It was in Antwerp, and that one is not like 3 years, it's just like a few months, a few weeks, depending on the course you take. And it's like intense, but a lot of home studies. You go to classes.
Self-study.
Self-studies, sorry. And that's what I did on the side, because I knew chemistry, But the other things, I was like, okay, I kind of need it for what I do, especially the therapeutic consultancy. I did it because of Better Africa Today, because you would be speaking to people that have been through so many things, and you have to know how to ask questions or how to listen. Actually, it's more about listening. So that's why I thought it was necessary to take that course. And
that's empathy, actually.
Yeah. And then what else? That was it. So I was doing all this while I was working full time. I worked
while doing chemistry.
Yeah. I worked in I finished all this before finishing my chemistry. Imagine.
And talking about where your heart is.
And I worked in the pharmacy for 7 good years. And the year I finished actually everything ended together as well. I got my diploma and my job got fired because the last year I was doing too many things, so I was falling sick. So, and they knew I was taking the chemistry to also leave. So they just told me like, okay, since you are not quitting, let's make it easy for you. Focus on your exam, because they also knew it was my last chance to pass. If because they were stopping the chemistry in the evening, because I think not a lot of people were registering, and those are, let's say if 10 people register, only 2 people
will graduate.
Yeah, so it wasn't good for them. So that was the last year. So they told me that, like, okay, let's help you and so that you can focus on your studies. So a blessing in disguise.
How do you take being fired?
No, it was what I needed, but obviously I had bills to pay, so I couldn't quit. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I think it was just God.
So how did you had bills to pay and you got fired? So how did you now pay the bills and stuff?
And when you get fired, I was working for 7 years, so they have to pay you a certain fee. So they paid me that fee.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I focused on my school. I lost my sister, but I still managed to pass. And then I registered my business, and I didn't do anything with the chemistry at the end.
Okay, all right. When and how did you set out to be an entrepreneur? And what was like your biggest motivation to entrepreneurship? My
job was my biggest. So before starting the job, I kind of knew one day, because my parents, my brother, like it's in the family.
Okay.
So I kind of knew that I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
But what, when, how, I just didn't know, right?
Okay.
But then when I landed in the pharmacy, like I felt like I was imprisoned. Like even talking about it, my heart is beating. Like it was really serious. I even had to go and see a therapy because it was like I felt I was no, and I have nothing against the job, but it was just not me. So. But I also knew that, you see, starting a business is a lot of risk, and not having a diploma or degree or whatever, it's also, so I also knew that, no, I'm only going to really start the business once I have my diploma.
That you can follow on to. So how do you stay at the job for 7 years that you...
So the first 3 years was okay.
Okay.
I think what made it hard was because I was not really... Chemistry wasn't going smoothly, so it was like, and I couldn't stop unless I have the diploma. And it's gonna stop. It's like, I think it was different types of pressure that I was feeling. Okay, I spent all my energy in this chemistry. What if I don't complete? What am I gonna do? Because I also told myself I'm not gonna start a business without having a diploma. I'm not gonna do this, because to have a business you don't need a diploma. Yeah, you get it. So I think the pressure of like scared, what if what if it goes wrong, and what if I'm stuck here for the rest of my life, and what if like I think that's what. And also not the job, I really need to do something that here works the whole time. I need to be able to be creative. I need to be able to input. Like I did help them a lot, like their system, it wasn't really working as it should, and I would ask them, oh, can we try this? You see? Yeah. But after some time, there's nothing else. I like solving problems, you see? Yeah. So there was no problem more to solve for me. Yeah. And my job was like something that a robot could also do. Yeah. So I was not just, I didn't have that sense of fulfillment.
You didn't feel like you were adding any value to them anymore? Okay.
So I think that was it.
So how do you go from, I don't know, having a bachelor's that took you 6 years to complete, to now getting awarded with an honorary PhD?
I think it's well deserved. It goes for hard. The thing is, about the honorary PhD degree, normally most people that get that are like 60 years and like older, they've had all the experience in the world and everything. And I might not be the same as Dangote. I'm far from him. Yeah. But I do feel like my perseverance, my hard work, my sweat and everything, at least it's been recognized one way or the other. Yeah. Do you get it? Because trust me, not everybody. Studying is hard. Working is hard. Yeah. Doing both full time, it's crazy. Do you know my teacher said anybody that can do this can do I don't remember. He said anybody that can study and work at the same time can do a PhD. So now
now you don't PhD.
It's even funny. Yeah. No, but the thing is, it's not easy. And besides that, life also happens. You see, besides your work and your job, there are so many things that you go
Which
through.
teacher said that at Thomas More?
Yeah,
Okay.
when I was going to register for the chemistry, he asked me if I was working during the day and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I said yeah. He asked me like part-time. I said no, full-time. And then he was like, anyway, just know that if you can do this, then it means you can, you know.
And then you get a PhD. Yeah, that's interesting.
But that same teacher too, when I was failing, do you know, he also told me and another Muslimah that yeah, actually we have no business in chemistry, but most of us that work even in chemistry or in labs, so as blacks, and we are there either to clean or you see this chemistry is also like a factory, right? Sometimes you have different aspects. So he said, so maybe we should if we just want to work in a lab, we can also work in that, you know, in the warehouse.
Yeah, okay.
So
where you just control stuff,
where you don't need like your
chemistry, you just control.
Okay. So that was very mean, and I think it was my motivation to not quit.
Okay.